Shout out to every woman and man walking the earth. Nothing but love and respect to everybody, regardless, friend, foe, it don't matter. I don't even care. I don't have time for negative energy in 2020. But what I will address is how this society expects men. It's a war against masculinity. This society wants men to what I've discovered about females is this. This is what I've discovered about women, and this is why a lot of women pick the wrong men. They say they want strong men. They say they, oh yes I can. It's them who can't handle me. Maybe you're right. But you know, you are older too, so it's a little different sometimes. But let's talk about it. They say they want this strong man and shit like that, right? But the moment you start saying some real shit, they don't like it. Let me get back to what I was saying earlier. One of the main reasons why a lot of females pick the wrong guy is because they fall in love with guys who tell them what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. Nobody is here to be somebody's dad. I get it. But that don't mean when you're in a relationship with a person, that don't mean that y'all are not supposed to interact. Even a woman is supposed to tell a man certain shit. Just because a man is a leader, it does not mean that his woman cannot tell him things. It doesn't mean this. But the problem what I see on social media a lot is, if let's say a woman says men don't want to date, let's say that's the post, and then you read the post and all you hear is men ain't shit, basically, blah blah blah. But then when you come on that post and tell women, hey, most men do want to take y'all on dates or whatever, but they don't do it because you got other women using men for food and lying to men and sleeping with another man while she go on a date with a man, and as soon as that man come back, she'll come back to that guy. The moment you tell these women these things, guess what they'll say? You're negative. You've been negative. How is that negative? You know what's negative? Negative is when you hide the truth, when you scared to talk about the truth. Anybody can get on a post and say, oh yeah, love of life, we're gonna love and be happy. And anybody can get on a post and say what people want to hear. But what about the shit that people don't want to talk about, but they need to talk about? Everybody wants to talk about what sounds good instead of what we know what's good. We know the good shit, but the problem is the bad shit. That's the shit people don't want to talk about. Everybody want to act like this shit does not exist and then wonder why the shit still exists and why it still affects you. You have to talk about the bad, man. That does not mean you're negative. It means that you are pointing out the bullshit, the negative, that don't make you negative. It's like if you're sick, if you got a disease, are you going to ignore the disease and die? Which one's negative? Finding the disease and fixing the problem, or ignoring it? Because that's what they do. Men do it too, but a lot of females, because they emotional. So the moment you start talking about some real ass shit, oh, I don't want to, I'm not liking none of his pictures no more, or his Facebook no more, I'm done talking to him. But guess what? You cannot like and talk to me all the fuck you want, or the next person that tells the truth all you want. But guess what? The truth is still there. So the shit that I say about how you should watch out about these men doing this and that, it's still there. So ignore the person all you want and go listen to the guy on his page that's talking about fucking and clubbing and all that. He don't want you to be smart because he knows, most men know, if women are smart, they won't get no pussy. So they want you to be dumb. And then a man like me come along and try to tell some real shit, everybody say it's negative. Nah, the person that ain't telling you is the one that's negative. That'd be like my kid, don't be playing in the street, but I see my kid playing in the street, but I'm just going to ignore it. And then one day they get hit. Knock on wood, in case I do have a kid and whatever. You get my point. Which one is negative? Me ignoring the fact that my kid's playing in the street and could get hit? Or should I, even if I say it to the kid, you know what, they're going to get mad. Just like your kids. Every time you say something to your kids that they don't want, what do? They get mad about it. But guess what? Which one is negative? You just letting it happen, or you saying something about it? People can't handle the truth. That's the bottom line. They love living the lie. But guess what? The lie hurts worse than the truth. The lie is going to hurt you worse than the truth. I'm tired of people acting like you got to have a Michael Jackson voice to talk to women about problems. Like, see, they want you to be a strong man, but then when you come across as strong and dominant, oh, now it's a problem. You negative. So they just want you to be this little Michael Jackson bitch when you talk to them and agree with everything, like the rest of the simps do that just want pussy. Because that's all they doing it for. That's the only reason why they agreeing with y'all. But behind your back, these women are stupid, man. They don't know what they talking about this or that. They only agreeing with y'all to get co-assignment. That's it. But when you dealing with a real dude that ain't just trying to fuck somebody, he's going to keep it real. But nobody want that, though. They love the lie. They love the lies. They love the liars, man. Because it sound better. Just like church. If you read the Bible and you know what the Bible really saying, the Jesus that really supposed to come back, it ain't even like the one that they telling you in that church. They're not going to tell you that in that church because you won't come to that church and feel good and pay all this bullshit, pay the tithes and all that. If they tell you what the Bible is really saying, people they don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear somebody about to destroy me because I'm eating pork and all that. I don't want to hear that God is about to destroy almost everybody in the world. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear the feel good shit, man. They don't want strong men, most of them. Some of them do. The ones that can handle the truth and don't get mad when you speak the truth, those are a different breed of females. I'm talking about the ones that constantly always saying you're being negative by pointing out negative. It's never negative to point out negative. That would be like me talking about racism in the United States and people say, oh, you've been negative. How? You've been negative by acting like it does not exist. And that's what y'all doing, man. That's exactly what y'all doing. I don't care if people don't like what type of content I put on my page. It don't matter. You could go to the other guy's page that says what you want to hear to get likes. And to probably get you to sleep with them. That's fine. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. But it ain't going to fucking fix your life. And really, that person is the negative one, not me. Negative would be like, oh, women are bitches, man. They just pieces of shit and all that. That's different. Then versus pointing out shit. Y'all want to know why men do the shit they do, then some of that shit has to fall back on women. You can't give every woman in the past, every woman on earth a pass because they're a female like you. That's a problem. That's negative. How are women supposed to improve if every woman just takes up for women and act like the behavior of women don't have no effect on how men are acting? I know how most women, when you look at bad women, bad bitch, whatever, I know why most of them move the way they move. A lot of it has to do with men and the way men have done or the way they think men will do them. I'm not stupid. So if I would just say you're just being negative, man, and blah, 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 and ignore what men are doing, what good does that do? What good does that do for making men better as a whole? It does nothing. And men do this shit too, and that's why a lot of men don't improve. Everybody want to keep a code and all this bullshit. Yeah, keep that code until you have to deal with your daughter being older now. Now she dealing with that same code you was keeping. See, men don't think. That's another thing. Men don't think. They just think about themselves. They never thought about later in life. Like, if I keep this code, see, if everybody don't keep this little code of trying to play genders, you know what I mean, we wouldn't have all these problems. Now everybody after us got to deal with the same bullshit because nobody wanted to improve. Nobody wanted to deal with the bullshit. Everybody wanted to act like it didn't exist and just keep codes and try to get over on everybody. So when I come through with some shit like, most people don't really like you for you, which is true, everybody say that's negative thinking. No, it's not. I never said you couldn't find the right person. It's only one person is you need to be the right person. The point is, though, most motherfuckers who fuck with you don't like you for you. That's facts. It's not no fucking negative thing. Nothing. It's just shit. It's negative because people don't want to hear it. It's negative when they say why men should do this or that or pay for all this or that. And then you come through with some shit. It's only negative because they don't want to hear it. That's it. But guess what? You'll stay in that same bullshit world of not prospering if you ignore this shit and you don't keep it 100. You got to keep it 100. You got to, as a woman or a man, you got to keep it 100 when it comes to dealing with women or men or just life in general. You have to, because if you don't, you're lying to yourself. You're playing yourself. You're not playing other people. That's what y'all don't get. So if I'm dealing with a woman, women, let's say I'm dating or something. I have to keep it real about how women could be. I can't just ignore it and just act like every woman fuck with me just likes me. And neither can you when it comes to men. If you do, you will get played a lot more. Plain and simple. Not answering that right now. Plain and simple, people. That's the whole name of the game. The whole name of the game is keeping it 100, man. It ain't about no fucking negative, man. We got to stop with this I'm scared of the truth bullshit, so I'm going to say it's negative. You know what I mean? I'm going to let y'all go, though, man. I wasn't even done at all, but obviously I'm going to keep getting a call, so I got to answer the damn call. But anyway, man, telling the truth is never negative. It's never negative. Because you can use the truth. The truth sets you free. How the fuck is it negative? Lies is what binds you up and is negative to your life and damages and causes problems in your life. Stop being scared of the fucking truth. The truth is most women use men for dates. So most men ain't going to take y'all on dates. Plain and simple. You can yell at men and say they're negative and they lying and all that, all the fuck you want, and take up for every woman all you want, but you're only hurting yourself by taking up for those women. You know they wrong. I know men are wrong, so I'm not taking up for them. Yeah, we can high five and I'm not mad at you. I got nothing but love for people, but I'm not taking up for the fuckery just because you're a male. That's stupid. I might have a daughter. Now you affecting my daughter. I might have a son. Now he dealing with it. It still affects my son. Y'all don't get it, man. It's more than you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not taking up for men who on that bullshit. Destroying women and playing women. I don't care. Even though I know how women get down. It doesn't matter. Don't mess with them. Leave them alone. Steer clear from them. You don't got to deal with them. Just like women. You don't have to do men dirty because other men are doing you dirty. Pick a better man. Pick the right men. That's another thing you'll say, that they like men who ignore them and all that, and they'll say you've been negative or nobody wants you. That's why you're saying it. No, I'm saying it because it's the fucking truth. I never asked you to date me. I could give a fuck less. Did you ignore me? Probably not. So I don't care. The point is, the truth is the truth. But nobody want to hear the truth. So why even speak it half the time? I'm just speaking it for the people who want to hear it. I ain't got time for that negative nothing. Ain't nobody negative, man. What really is negative, if it doesn't affect your life in a negative way, how's it negative? Pointing out bullshit is not negative. You might not want to hear it every day. I don't even want to speak about it a lot, but this is what I do for my channel, my YouTube channel. So it's part of the process. It's part of something I have to do. It's not like I enjoy talking about this shit. I wish the world was way better. No, it's like racism and shit. Nobody enjoys talking about it, but it must be talked about. Nobody enjoys the fact that men and women are the way they are, most of them. It's the truth, though. And if you don't accept this shit and you don't talk about it and claim that it's negative if you do talk about it, prepare for the negative consequences. Because you just ignored it. You know what I mean? You just ignored it, man. You don't care. Because you think ignoring it fixes the problem. It's going to go away if I ignore it. Okay. When does that happen in life? You sick? Does ignoring your sickness make it go away? No. But again, they want men to come on and discuss things with them in a Michael Jackson soft-ass little girl voice. And if you don't do that, then you're being mean and negative and shit. As if I got to present it some perfect way or something. No. Whatever needs to be said needs to be said. I don't got to present it a perfect way. It's the same thing with men shooting their shot. Oh, he didn't say it right. Man, get up out of that bullshit. That shit don't matter. What is his intentions? I never knew the motherfucker got to say the words just right. Come on, man. That's why men are the way they are now, thinking, what do I say right and how do I get her to like me? Man, get the fuck out of here with all that. Either does she like you or not. You know, stop being so damn sensitive. You can't expect a man to be a little bitch, you know, Michael Jackson voice talking to you. And if he don't, then he's negative and mean. Come on, y'all. You supposed to be strong women. What happened? I thought you were so damn strong. So if you're so damn strong, I should not be offending you by telling you the truth. Because you should be strong enough to handle it. And I should not have to have a Michael Jackson voice for you not to feel offended or scared or whatever. I shouldn't have to do all that. I thought women were strong. What happened? See what I mean? Never have you heard me say women ain't shit and all that. But the same men that say all the shit y'all want to hear on their posts, they be the same ones talking shit about women too. And I mean like serious shit. The only thing you hear me say is what women do. And I never said all women either. But it's the truth. They do it. It's just like men do it. It's the truth, man. That don't mean I think men are bad people. That don't mean I think women are bad. Everybody good and bad. But y'all want to ignore this shit. I don't. So I'm going to wake people up who don't want to get hurt and played by people. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. I don't want to marry a woman who only wants me for money. Plain and simple. That don't mean that I won't give a woman money that's with me. That don't mean that. But I don't want to be played by that. Let's act like, but people want you to act like this shit doesn't exist. People, certain females want to act like the actions of other females do not exist. And the moment you point it out, they want to think that they try to make you out to be some woman hater or negative person. That's bullshit. But you could point out what men do all fucking day long. So if that makes me negative, then what does it make you? Because y'all women sit and talk about what men do all day long. So if that makes a person negative to talk about what women are doing, what does that make you? See, a lot of y'all want to put yourself in this gender box, but then you want to say you're different than every woman. Which one is it? If all women are not the same, then how can you possibly get or take up for all women? If you take up for all women, then that means you're saying all women are the same. Which one is it? Taking up for all women don't do justice for all women at all. It actually keeps them back from reaching their full potential as a woman group, because they're not taken accountable. Like, they're not pointing at other women like, you shouldn't be doing this and this and this and this. They too busy pointing at the men, which is cool. You should talk about what men are doing, but you got to talk about what women are doing too. On my shit, you see me talk about what women are doing and men. That's the key. And men. Why? There's no point in me talking about what women are doing to try to fix that if I'm not going to talk about what men are doing. It has to be both ways, or it's the same. It'll never get fixed. None of this shit will never get fixed unless both people start working together. Both genders.